Recently, I got an email from someone who's part of our Hike Like a Woman community, and I want to talk about it today. I'm going to talk about what to do when you feel like other people don't support and encourage your dreams. Let's read the email. Hi, I've been following your channel for some time. I've really enjoyed following your trip to Kilimanjaro. I'm going on a trip for 10 days to hike the Tour de Mont Blanc in the Alps. I live in a place on the East Coast, which is relatively flat. The other day we drove north and hiked about 1,000-foot elevation and back. It was tough for me, but I was able to do it, but very slowly. Right now I'm freaking out that I'm not going to be able to do the hikes on the Tour de Mont Blanc. The other people that I went with thought that I was very slow, and that concerned them. I find that if I go too fast, I fall. Do you have any advice for me? I can take 0 days. I can also take some other alternate routes, such as cable cars and things like that, to cut down on the hiking mileage. I'm not feeling very good about the whole trip now. Your thoughts? So first, I'd like to thank this person for their honesty and for their vulnerability. It takes a lot to admit something like that. This situation is incredibly relatable. And that feeling of doubt and that you're not going to be able to do it is something I think all of us can relate to. And those thoughts and those feelings can really eat away at that big goal that you've set for yourself to do the Tour de Mont Blanc. And that feeling can make you doubt whether or not you can do it and whether or not you should even be attempting a hike such as this. And it is compounded even more when other people express their doubts in you. And when they do that, it makes you doubt your own capabilities just a little bit more. It's really a tough spot to be in, especially when you know your body, you know your pace, and you know that trying to push the pace could cause you to fall, potentially get injured in a foreign country, and take you out of the hike that you've been planning for so long. And I'm totally with you. I think it's important to respect the opinion of other people, especially when those opinions are coming from a place of love and concern, which I'm assuming that that's where these opinions are coming from. But sometimes that pressure that other people put on us can increase the pressure that we're putting on ourselves and make us lose sight of our goal, our pace, and our feelings, as well as what's safest for us. So from what you've told me, you've already done some really, really good prep work here. You're self-aware, you know your pace, and you know what works for your body, and you know what happens if you speed up and try to push it too much. This isn't about being slow, this is about being self-aware, and that's really, really important. And you've got that. Second, you have spent some time thinking about alternatives and ways that you can modify the route or make the trip easier if you need to do so. The fact that you've researched and done that amount of work already shows me that you're planning and you're thinking and you're coming up with a strategy just in case your pace is too slow or something happens. That's a sign of incredible preparation and forethought. You have backup plans. That is what experienced adventurers do. And as someone who's a guide and a trip leader, that's exactly what I do. And so the fact that you're doing it is incredible and amazing, and you deserve some credit for that. So here's my advice. Stay focused on your goal. It is your goal. It is nobody else's goal. This is your goal. Every hike you take, every step you take is training you for Tour de Mont Blanc. It is a very difficult and challenging hike. Remember, with these multiple day hikes like this, where you're putting a significant amount of elevation gain and a significant amount of distance on your body, these big hikes are not about speed. They're about endurance, and they're about strength, and they're about grit, and they're about mental fortitude. It's not a race. People who treat hikes like this as a race, they end up getting hurt, having a miserable time, or going so fast that they don't even enjoy the hike because they're just trying to get from point A to point B as fast as they can. But here's the most important thing. I want you to be confident in what you can do. It's so hard to believe in ourselves when other people don't believe in us. It's so hard. And shame on them for not believing in you. It's also hard to deal with our own fears and anxieties when other people are forcing their own fears and anxieties on us. Remember, this is your hike. This is your adventure. It's not a race. And I think you can do it. And I think you're going to do it at your own pace and a pace that is comfortable for you. If you've done the work, if you have an alternate plan, just in case you fall behind, and if you're crystal clear with your communication going into this, especially with anybody else who may be in your group and your guide, if you have a guide, then you're doing all the right things. I'd like to say that we never have doubts in ourselves and in our abilities, but that would be lying, and I'm not going to do that. Deep down, we all face these internal pressures that we put on ourselves and these external pressures that we get from other people. But hiking's not about being fast. It's about connecting with ourselves, connecting with the natural world, and connecting with others. It's about experiencing the journey. It's about taking it all in. When you're in the Alps, it's about cultures, customs, languages, and then listening to yourself tell you what you can do, not listening to other people tell you what you can't do. They are not in your body. Do not let them into your mind. So stop being hard on yourself. I feel like that's advice I need to hear right now too. Like, let's just stop being hard on ourselves. Your pace is your power. Your ability to self-assess, as you've already showed me, is a huge, huge advantage. This trip's going to be incredible. I wish you were going with us to do the Tour de Mont Blanc next August 2026, but I still think you're going to have an incredible experience. And what's going to make it incredible is that you're going to be on the trail hiking your own hike. You're doing everything right. Believe in yourself. You were vulnerable enough to open up to me about this. Means that you're on the right track. I believe in you, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Now, for the rest of you, have you ever felt the pressure to keep up with other people on a hike? Have you ever felt like you were too slow, or that you were too unprepared, or that you didn't really belong there? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And as a community, I'd love to know what we can do to support each other so that we can get prepared physically and mentally for these big, 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 epic bucket list adventures like Kilimanjaro or the Tour de Mont Blanc. Hey, thanks so much. If you have a question you want me to answer on the show, send me an email, Rebecca@hikelikeawoman.com. Thanks so much. See you next time.